Hey guys, Diane here, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Where the Crawdads Sing, so stick around and we'll get to it. Okay, so for a quick synopsis of Where the Crawdads Sing, this is a super popular book and it's about to be a movie, so it's not necessarily, most of you probably know what it's about, but just for a quick overview, this is about Kaya. She's also known as the Marsh Girl, and she lives out on the North Carolina coast in the marsh, like deep in the marsh. Like it's pretty much just her out there. And this is a kind of a coming of age story. I guess you might call it a thriller. It's not super thrilling. It's more of like a murder mystery coming of age. It's very kind of homey, I guess is how I would kind of describe it. But it's about her and her life, her secluded life. Like she doesn't go to school. She doesn't have any friends. She's very much on her own. It's pretty much just her, and so it's just a story of her and the things that she's gone through in her childhood and what's kind of molded her into an adult, and how she's kind of thrived even with all these things stacked against her. And pretty I think it's like the second chapters when it really starts getting going to where you find out that Chase Andrews has been murdered, and the story kind of just goes from there. They're trying to figure out who did it, why they would do it. Supposedly he's like one of the most loved people in the town. You know, he was a quarterback, he's popular, you know, everybody loves him, so, you know, who would ever want to do this to him? But the story just goes from there, and I'll kind of, that's where I'll stop because I don't want to give too much away. Okay, so for the length and pacing of this book is about 368 pages, and the pacing is it's pretty even. Everything, it flows really well. You kind of go back from like her childhood to now to, you know, what's going on and different times in her life, but it's very easy. It's very even. It just flows very well. This was a super easy read. I read the physical copy of this book. I didn't do Audible on this one. And I read this book after a few really dark books. So I wanted something that was a little lighter, that was just not as dark. And the atmosphere in this book is so good. And like I said, it was just really easy. It flowed so well. I could definitely understand how this would be made into a movie because it's just pretty flawless when it comes to like the flow and how easy it is to enjoy. Okay, so as far as characters, like I said, Kaya is the main character, and she's known as the Marsh Girl, and she's naive, but she's also smart in her own way. And the characters in this book feel really well rounded. They feel like real people. You know, it feels very, like I said before, it feels very homey. It's a small town, and you know, you definitely feel that in the book. You feel that in the characters. And the characters, not to sell them short, but they're very small town. You have, you know, the jock. You have the town sheriff who is very town sheriff of a small town. You know, there's nothing super different about any of these characters. There's nothing super unique about them. You know, her character is really cool. I like all the characters. There's no one I'm super in love with, but the characters are, like I said, they're well rounded. They feel like real people, but nothing outstanding. I would say nothing outstanding when it comes to like the character development or anything like that. Okay, so for standout moments and twists, there was a few standout moments that I can kind of think of at the top of my head. I read this a few months ago, but like I said, there were some good standout moments. Twists, there was one twist that I didn't necessarily see coming. I mean, this isn't a super on the edge of your seat book. So if you're looking for something that's really, you're going to be like thrown for this humongous loop and humongous like crazy things happening. This isn't where it's at. This is more like a comfort read. This is like a beach read. It's more of a it's not gonna give you anything that you've never had before. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I really did enjoy this book. This was just a fun, easy beach read. It would be perfect if you're just, like I said before, I was at a point where I wanted something a little lighter that would be kind of fun to read and easy and just to kind of take you somewhere else. And the atmosphere is really calming. It's set on the marsh, so it talks about the sunset and the water and the birds, and it's actually like real relaxing. Like I could see myself like reading this on a beach. It was just really relaxing, and I did enjoy it. It's like I said before, you're not gonna get anything in this book that you've never got before, and that's not in a bad way. It's super easy and it's super it's a fun book to read. It's not something that blew my mind, but I did really enjoy it, and I would recommend it to someone who, like I said, is kind of searching for something that's just easy and not too dark, just a little bit. It's still interesting. There still are some, not necessarily disturbing, but there's some upsetting parts in it. Compared to my other books, I think this is probably the lightest book I've ever read, but I really did enjoy it. And I read it at a time that I needed something like that to kind of, get you out of a reading slump because it's, like I said, it's super easy to read. I would probably give this an 8 just because it's just effortless and you just keep going and you want to figure out what happens and it just kind of lulls you. It was just really relaxing to me, and I really enjoyed it. I would probably recommend this really to anybody who's, just looking to kind of delve into a book and kind of just get lost in it. So, I know the movie's coming out. I'm excited about that. I want to see, how they do. It looks like it would be pretty close to the book, although I saw the main character, and that's not really who I imagined. It's not too far off, but that's not really that's not what I had in my mind. But she fits the description, just not, I guess, the exotic way that I was thinking. But, we'll see how it goes. So, we're the Crawdads sing. So if you like this video and if you, want to talk about the book, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.